Coming up on Cronkite News, the dangers of fireworks during a drought. We'll tell you how to stay safe over the holiday. Later, how Sky Harbor is handling hundreds of flight cancellations from airlines for the next month. And on Break It Down, the unique structure of Arizona's K-12 education system.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Kimberly Silverio Bautista. Thank you for joining us. As we roll into Independence Day weekend, people may want to set off their own fireworks, but the Phoenix Fire Department warns the danger of backyard fireworks and says it's extremely important now more than ever to learn about fireworks safety. The Phoenix Fire Department set out watermelons and dummies, each prepared with a firework, and demonstrated what can happen with backyard fireworks. Alley fires, physical injuries, and property damages are some of the issues firefighters see every day, especially around July 4th. Between June 24th and July 6th, the fire department says certain fireworks can legally be used safely on a paved surface away from the dry bush. Outside of those dates, people can get a $100,000 fine.
Some worst case scenarios, but even though these are worst case scenarios, these are things that we have seen over the course of a day in the fire department. One thing we showed was an alley fire. It's very common for fireworks to get set off, somebody throws them in the trash, they're not fully expired, and they will light up and you can cause an alley fire. An alley fire can transition very quickly into a house fire.
Bottom line, the fire department says fireworks are dangerous and it encourages people not to use them. This morning, Governor Doug Ducey announced he is rescinding a series of executive orders he issued during the pandemic. He says most of them are no longer needed because the legislature put them into law in this week's session. Some of those orders will remain in place until the legislation takes effect in 90 days. Many of these orders include preventing cities and counties from putting orders on businesses that are stricter than his issues. Some also bar university from requiring COVID-19 vaccines or masks for unvaccinated students. Ducey says he'd issued many of these orders, like banning vaccine passports to protect the individual freedoms of citizens during the pandemic. Senator Mark Kelly is taking a closer look at Arizona's infrastructure needs. The Democrat talked about the state's needs at a news conference at Sky Harbor Airport yesterday. He says he supports President Joe Biden's $1.2 trillion infrastructure deal.
In the latest infrastructure bill, we have about $25 billion that's currently targeted for airport infrastructure. And if we can get that legislation passed and to the president's desk and signed, some of those funds would come here to Phoenix for projects for this airport. So it's a really positive thing.
Some of the projects currently under construction include building a new concourse and expanding the SkyTrain. Flying has brought a lot of confusion and anxiety for travelers in the pandemic. Here's Jamie Lander to explain what to look for with air travel.
Interest in travel is growing as vaccination rates continue to increase across the country. But does getting the shot really make that red eye safe? According to experts, the answer is complicated. While there are risks associated with flying, it may be safer than you think. For starters, the air quality on a commercial aircraft is actually quite high because the air volume in the cabin is completely refreshed every 2 to 4 minutes. Air flows into the cabin vertically, entering from overhead vents before it's sent downward in a circular motion, exiting at the floor level. Once air leaves the cabin, about half is dumped outside, and the rest is sent through filters, similar to those used in hospitals, before being mixed with fresh outside air and entering the cabin again. However, while the filters can remove about 99.97% of virus-sized particles, they can't capture every droplet before someone else inhales it. That's where additional COVID-19 recommendations come in. Melissa Doman, a senior brand manager with Orbitz, a travel company, said the short answer is you can maintain your peace of mind by sticking to routine COVID-19 precautions in flight. Those measures include bringing hand sanitizer, wearing a mask, and avoiding large crowds when possible in the airport.
Community colleges across the state have seen a sharp decline in attendance in the last year. Over the last school year, enrollment rates into community colleges dropped by 16%. This could have lasting damage on the job front of Arizona in the future. According to data from the National Clearinghouse, many colleges are seeing the lasting effects from the pandemic. Over the last year, college enrollment has dropped nationwide as well. Just since the spring, community colleges have seen a drop of nearly 10%. CEO of the Helios Education Foundation, Paul Luna, told KTAR, those who have faced the worst are first-generation and low-income students. He emphasized the impact this will have on the future job environment, as many jobs required secondary education for access. Last month, the U.S. had its strongest month for job growth since March. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported the economy added 850,000 jobs in June. That's far more than economics had expected. At the same time, the unemployment rate rose 1% to 5.9%. And due to the global coronavirus pandemic, America's labor market is still down 6.8 million jobs compared with February 2020.
The last time the economy grew at this rate was in 1984, and Ronald Reagan was telling us it's morning in America. Well, it's getting close to afternoon here. The sun is coming out. We're on the right track. Our plan is working, and we're not going to let up now.
Coming up next on Cronkite News, scientists make a discovery on how stars can reach the end of their lifespan. Don't go away.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. Thanks to PBS Passport, you can watch all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today.
Astronomers say they found a new type of supernova. They're calling this kind of star explosion an electronic capture supernova. Astronomers says it happens when a star loses fuel and its electron fuse within atoms. That makes the star collapse under its own weight. The findings focus on a supernova called 2018 ZD, named after the year it was first detected. The research is published in the journal Nature Astronomy. And Phoenix, clouds have filled the skies throughout the day. Let's go to Julia Sandor to see what to expect for the weekend forecast.
Happy Friday, everybody. We're going to start by taking a look at the high temperatures across the country. You can see from the west, we are ranging from low 70s all the way to some high and low hundreds. If you keep going, with that sun comes a little bit of rain. And now looking at that rain in Arizona, you can see Globe and Payson getting a little bit of precipitation, but really nothing in Sedona and Flagstaff, which is really hard for those wildfires that are still raging through the state. And those high temperatures as well for today, you can see 104 in Phoenix, 89 in Sedona, and then the lowest high we have in Flagstaff at about 80 degrees. But it is still hot. You still got to prepare and stay hydrated. And going into tonight, you're going to see we're starting with 103 at 6 p.m., going to be mostly cloudy for the rest of the night and getting to 97 degrees at 10 p.m. And then going into our 4th of July weekend, you can see Saturday and Sunday, partly cloudy, going about 106, which is perfect for those outdoor barbecues with your friends and family. And then the rest of the week, it is going to be hot and sunny. Tuesday and Wednesday, 111, and then only going down about 1 degree on Thursday. Lots of sun. So make sure you guys have a safe and happy 4th of July weekend and enjoy the rest of the hot week coming up. In the Weather Center, Julia Sandor, Cronkite News.
After the break, one track team in Buckeye is gaining attention. Details on this team's major victory and where that's taking these runners. Still to come, with the Olympics getting closer and closer, Japan is implementing measures to combat the Delta COVID variant. Stick around.
Take a journey with Arizona PBS. Join us every Sunday afternoon for Destination Drama. Watch all your favorite PBS dramas like Grantchester.
I'm William Davenport, new vicar of Grantchester.
Pole Dark.
Nothing in my life has meaning without you.
And Victoria.
I know that I'm young, but I know my duty.
And if you missed a recent primetime drama, we'll help you catch up on those too. Destination Drama, every Sunday afternoon at 1, only on Arizona PBS.
Stay in the know on the go. At Cronkite News, we work hard to report the facts and keep you updated, whether we're on set or on the scene.
Taking it from the studio to the field. So I'm here in South Phoenix.
In Phoenix, we're just a click away. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, or find us online at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
This month in Passport, your on-demand library of the best of PBS.
Everyone has secrets. Are you protecting someone?
I have no choice.
You do have a choice. You're looking at him.
That's amazing. We could be standing on top of a T-Rex right now.
Women demanded new space and pushed the boundaries of what being a lady means.
These and other shows are available with Passport. Become a member of this PBS station, sign in, and start streaming today.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
The Tokyo 2020 Olympics Organizing Committee says teams coming from countries with cases of the COVID-19 variants, like the Delta variant, will be subject to stricter measures. Just days before the start of the games, officials say the possibility of no audience event is still on the table. Tokyo is currently seeing a surge in cases and has seen more over the last 10 days. Tokyo has seen the highest COVID numbers this week in more than 1 month. The Tokyo 2020 president explains what those stricter measures will look like.
7 days before departure and 3 days after arrival, they are to avoid the contact with the members other than their delegation. And after prior to their departure, they are going to, during the 7 days period, they are to do testing every day, and after arrival, they will be tested every day throughout their stay.
The Japanese Prime Minister reiterated that holding the upcoming Tokyo 2020 Olympics without spectators remains a possibility if there is a state of emergency. Only the fastest runner in the nation gets the opportunity to run at the national track meet each year. Cronkite News reporter Erin Slindy tells us how one small town team worked their way to the top and is looking to make a name for themselves at nationals.
If you travel 1 hour west of Phoenix, you'll come across the small town of Buckeye, Arizona. Home to the Buckeye Union High School Hawks. And now home to the fastest boys 4x100 relay team for Division II in Arizona.
Being the underdogs of the story is just, it brings a different type of drive and determination to the training.
The relay team won the state title in the event at the Arizona State Track Meet this year, breaking the school record. Their time qualified the underdogs for the outdoor national meet in Oregon this week.
I saw Tim way in front, and I was like, okay, bet. We're going to get this gold medal. People are going to know us. We're going to put Buckeye on the map. And then I saw the times pop up, and I was like, wow. I was like, wait, that's got to be something.
No athlete or group of athletes, boys or girls from Buckeye, had ever won an event at the state track meet until this year. The boys are excited to represent their city, their state, and compete against some of the fastest runners in the nation.
What will help me run faster is actually running against the other people in nationals.
The boys hype each other up in a unique way by trash talking one another before the race.
We're a family, so, we're always trash talking, and, Coach hates it sometimes. He's like, why are you guys so hard on each other? It's not hard. It's just that's how we communicate. We're always mean to each other, but, it's like a laughing joke matter. So, us being together, that's like the best thing that can ever happen.
Although they do make fun of each other to give themselves an edge before they compete, the team is looking forward to running one last time together. In Buckeye, Erin Slindy, Cronkite News.
The last time the track and field team at Buckeye Union High School won a title in track and field was in 1984. That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us. For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.